Since we passed the 100th episode in the previous part, we now recap. Today is a long journey from the very first forearm pass to serve reception. We began in episodes 3 and 4. You stand on the court and the ball is coming at you. The decision is clear. Forearm pass. Keep your arms calm, but how do you do it?
You connect your fingers so that they touch the little finger side of both wrists. The forearms come together naturally up to the elbows. Suddenly you feel that you are holding a solid platform from which the ball cannot escape. The arms are straight, elbows forward, wrists down, shoulders slightly forward. The legs are not standing still. They are working. They are apart, with the weight on the toes.
With a free ball, we do not want the arms swinging like a baseball bat. That is why we teach children to keep the ball on straight arms and use exercises that guide them toward calmness, stopping a bouncing ball on the forearms or catching the ball between them.
A simple rule applies: active legs, calm arms. For now, we send the ball over the net slowly in an arc so the child has time to read the trajectory and react. In the beginning, we want children to catch the ball after the forearm pass or process it with their fingers. This naturally leads them to calm arms.
I also deal with free balls in matches, but much more often I face powerful shots from the serve or spike. That requires a different kind of forearm pass. But when a free ball comes, only one thing is expected from me: deliver it precisely to the setter. It is not a heroic task, but it requires calmness and precision.
Milan Monik reminded us of a harsh truth. The ball in a match does not always come in a nice arc. It often travels on a flat trajectory at speeds of 60 to 120 kilometers per hour. We must prepare young players for these situations and provide them with tools to handle them. From letting the ball pass between straight arms, to catching it between the forearms, to controlling it on the platform.
Every coach knows the day when only a few players show up for training, but that is not a reason to cancel it. Rather, a great opportunity to focus on them properly. This is the perfect time for one-on-one or two-on-two drills. Even a wall can serve well as a patient training partner. All this was covered in episode 10, but back to the court, because that is where volleyball is truly learned.
In reception, the legs must react first and only then the rest of the body. But getting into a perfectly stable position on both feet every time, that would be ideal. But the ball often does not behave politely. That is why we equip players with the widest possible range of footwork so they can handle situations where there is no time for textbook positioning. In episode 49, we analyzed two situations. Let us begin with the first one. When the ball is heading low beside you, what now? Everything starts with the split step. It prepares the legs for movement even before they know where they will go. And the final position? Ask Alessandro Micheletto. He knows what this situation requires. Low center of gravity, hips perpendicular to the direction of the ball. You might be thinking, but the boys are only 13. Exactly, that is the point. Now is the time to build correct habits.
And now the ball is flying straight at your face. What do you do? Can this even be taught? Of course. We start from the basics. One step back, opening the hips, and creating space for the arms. It may look like a dance class, but it is essential. Children often dodge like in a kung fu movie instead of taking a simple step. That is why we are here as coaches. We do not panic. We take a hoop and help them understand the movement. One small step back, a big victory, and suddenly it becomes much easier.
There is a fundamental difference between receiving a spike serve and a float serve. Let us begin with the float serve, because it appears frequently in men's volleyball and almost dominates in the women's game. The starting position may vary, but over time, we have found it effective to stand closer to the net. Why? A serve directed at the body is usually less of a problem than a ball dropping in front of the player. Men also tend to start closer to the net because, thanks to the strength of their arms and hands, they can more often receive with an overhead contact.
All of this was already discussed in episode 28, including the split step. During it, the player briefly lifts the feet off the ground, stores potential energy, and after landing quickly converts it into movement. The most important factor is timing. A simple rule applies: the faster the ball travels, the earlier the split step must occur. That is why, during a spike serve or defensive play, it happens earlier, while during a float serve, it usually occurs when the ball is halfway between the server and the receiver. In these clips, take a moment to appreciate how the cushioning technique differs when receiving a float serve.
In episode 29, we looked at receiving the spike serve. Unlike the float serve, the player stands deeper, sometimes up to 8 meters from the net. Sometimes there is time for a small adjustment step with the feet, other times only for correct arm positioning. Then the ball is absorbed as the situation allows. For training, we often use a wall, which, as we know, never lies. Then comes episode 78, focused on conditioning for reception. So let us go. The shuffle step is trained from an early age. Children move sideways without realizing that this is where real volleyball movement begins. After all, even world champions included in their warm-ups. It is not just a children's game, but the foundation of balance, strength, and timing. And this time, it is confirmed by the Brazilian players. And of course, our traditional guide, Georg Grozer, is present. And our young players? They follow in the footsteps of their role models. We also introduced additional exercises to support footwork and serve reception. Then there are the arms. And that they do not need strengthening? Not true at all. Strength is not developed only for jumping. The eccentric and isometric work of the arms, the tension that keeps the platform stable yet responsive, is often decisive for the accuracy of reception. We strengthen the muscles responsible for keeping the elbows together. Without that, the platform collapses and the ball goes anywhere. We also include exercises for scapular stability, controlling the shoulder blades against the rib cage. This keeps the arms stable in space and ensures a solid shoulder axis.
In these episodes on conditioning for reception, we also showed which muscles are responsible for all these actions. It is said that good reception is a matter of touch. That is true, but touch without conditioning does not go far. Even finesse needs strength. And to conclude, we present none other than the two best passing outside hitters from the last World Championship, Nikolov and Micheletto.